Last week on SmackDown, we seen a friendship end when Lesnar battered Kurt Angle, but this week on SmackDown, we've seen a new friendship blossom with the strongest, most powerful man, Mr. McMahon, and then the physically the most strongest, powerful man, Brock Lesnar. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling here. This is going to be a quick, under 10-minute SmackDown review, not going to be your normal SmackDown review, and the reason for that is we're currently on the go, and the audio in here probably sounds a bit like shit, probably a bit echoey, so I'm not going to waste 30 minutes talking about SmackDown, although it was, in my opinion, a pretty good show. We opened up with Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar. Vince McMahon put over Brock Lesnar, basically said this is the most dominant guy, blah blah blah, he's sadistic, this is the real Brock Lesnar.
McMahon loves trying to get things over, doesn't he? Real. He's trying to get it over so bad. He keeps emphasising real. I've got a feeling though this will get dropped within a couple of weeks because we're being real about it. I don't really fucking remember it getting called this all for too long.
Yeah, he said that Brock was throwing Angle into the cage. It was Brock's version of dwarf tossing, and kept referring to Brock as the real Brock Lesnar. Lesnar then comes out and says that his definition of friendship is the art of using someone to succeed until the person is no longer useful. And of course, once Angle took the belt off him, Angle was no longer useful. Vince then takes the mic, and Brock says that you, the crowd, and Kurt Angle have something common. You both suck. And then Vince takes the mic and he says that regardless of Kurt's condition, Kurt's going to have to defend the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. That's a match that I'm really looking forward to. Stephanie McMahon comes out, basically says that you might have succeeded as a businessman, but as a husband, and as a father, you absolutely failed. And McMahon's no happy, and McMahon says, I don't take this crap from any man, let alone a woman. And he says, if you want to see physical abuse, because that's what Stephanie claimed it was when A-Train attacked her at Vengeance, McMahon says tonight, I'll show you the true meaning of physical abuse, because he books her in a match with the A-Train and he says, that's physical abuse. Also, Stephanie tried to slap slapped McMahon, and Brock stopped her. So it was a really good opening segment, I thought.
It was really good, and also I thought it was more of a tweener promo for Brock, and it worked because they were actually using reasoning here, right? Brock isn't just saying words. He used Kurt to help against the Big Show, as we've seen in the weeks in the build-up to the Triple Threat and afterwards. And obviously afterwards, that's when the friendship kind of deteriorated because Kurt ended up with the belt. But this isn't them just plucking words together. There's an actual story here, and that's what I enjoy. Tag team title match up next. We got Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman versus the world's greatest tag team. I mean, I'm not really digging this Mysterio Billy Kidman tag team. I mean, we're just sitting here hanging on for the heel turn, the inevitable heel turn for Big Billy. But
it was a good match.
No, it was a good match. I'm not going to fault the match, but just like the build up to their match, was it Vengeance? There was nothing. They were actually not even interacting with each other.
Yeah, in the end, Kidman gets beat, but it looked like Kidman perhaps had the match won. He hit the shooting star press, and then because Rey Mysterio dove to the outside, the ref was slightly distracted, so that kind of cost Kidman a few seconds on getting the pinfall. I'm going to assume that Kidman will blame Rey for this, and I think instead of going after the tag team titles, Kidman's probably going to focus now going after the Cruiserweight Championship. And we've got a week to go before, another SmackDown to go before SummerSlam, so I think we're more likely to get Kidman versus Rey at SummerSlam than we are a rematch for the Tag Team Championships. Plus, they've lost twice, so I don't know if they really deserve another rematch for the titles. We then get Danny Basham versus Billy Gunn.
It was Doug Basham.
Oh, Doug Basham. No, it was Danny, I think.
I was saying here it was Doug for me. That proves how fucking...
WrestleFuse saying Danny, and Sports Blog of Doom is saying Doug. So
either way, Danny, Doug,
one of them's right.
They won with a ball and gag.
It's a weird finisher, but it makes sense, I guess, for their gimmick. Shaniqua was throwing Tori, and then Jamie Noble and Nydia came down to make the save, and then they kind of didn't really work. They got beat up anyway, so maybe we're going to get some multi-match here. We then get the APA backstage, and they're accusing Shaniqua of being Shelton Benjamin. He says that you've never... Shaniqua is Shelton Benjamin in drag. So you never see the two of them together. Maybe that's true, and they've got like a picture of Shelton Benjamin with a wig on, claiming it's Shaniqua. Could very well be Shaniqua. And then they talk about possibly getting their old office back up and running, because maybe they're running out of money. Maybe they need to start doing some protection.
I loved the offices of the APA. People walking round the door, not rapping on the door, APA going through them. Great gimmick, but see this banter you get here, this is dead. You can't get this in modern times.
You can't. WWE be getting sued, be getting criticised, or be an outroar. Shocking. Right, we then see Big Show leave McMahon's office and he's pretty happy. Don't know why though, because he's in a match against The Undertaker player. But Big Show actually wins as A-Train whacks The Undertaker with a 2x4. Undertaker cannot answer the count, gets counted out at 9, and Big Show gets the win. So Undertaker with, I was going to say a rare loss, but to be honest, I think he lost twice against Cena in recent months. So yeah, I wouldn't quite say it's rare, but it's not unlikely. I mean,
obviously hindsight's a beautiful thing, but you kind of can tell that the American Badass is beginning to wind down. I think. I feel like they're almost putting an end to the American Badass.
Yeah, we got Eddie Guerrero come out next, and then Benoit joined him on commentary.
Weird.
Benoit was acting very friendly. We got Tajiri versus Rhino. The match was very short, didn't really impress me. After the match, Benoit wanted a ride in the lowrider.
Hit the hydraulics, Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie puts them in, and then when Benoit demands that Eddie hits the hydraulics, wants to bounce something down, Eddie's no happy. He just gets out and he leaves his lowrider behind and walks off. I don't know if it was supposed to be comedy. I don't think Benoit is really good at that.
I think he's the worst guy for comedy.
Yeah, for me, I didn't.
Especially
really,
in hindsight, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't think that was this good, to be honest, but it is what it is. Metallica St. Anger plays. That's a wee SummerSlam promo there.
So we didn't get that, right? I know I don't understand. Where we're watching it, we should be getting the original feed.
To be fair, that could be ripped from the network though, so you wouldn't really know.
No, I don't think it is. So I think you can tell it's kind of got like the grainy TV satellite. Well, here, maybe you're right, maybe I'm wrong, but no, actually, no, I think you're wrong. You want to know why? Because the date they were actually published to the website, it was like 20 years ago.
Aye, guys, we certainly do not watch this illegally.
Hey, it's not illegally.
Well, it's not like WWE give you any fucking options to watch it.
Yeah, but you're saying where we watch it is legal.
That's true. Anyway, John Cena, Zach Gowen up next. John Cena basically bashes.
You got one leg.
Zach Gowen, funny, says that
you're only good at a three-legged race.
Yeah, so lots of good wee, digs in there for Cena, as you normally get. John Cena dominates Zach Gowen, beats Zach Gowen, and then we get Matt Hardy attacking Zach Gowen after the match. Matt Hardy just hell-bent on beating up Zach. I doubt this will make it to SummerSlam. I don't think this will make it to SummerSlam.
See,
maybe pre-match
I was going to save it for the end of the review, but I think SummerSlam 2003 is one of those pay-per-views I've not really watched.
Yeah.
I've watched The Chamber, but apart from The Chamber and probably Kurt Brock, I didn't even remember Bischoff Shane or anything else.
Yeah, but I actually can't really remember anything about that match. That pay-per-view, so I'm looking forward to it. We then get McMahon backstage. Spanky is getting, what do you call it? He's getting pressured into, not really pressured, but he's getting encouraged to drink some like chocolate syrup or whatever, strawberry syrup. So he's downing it with a couple of jobbers who I cannot remember. He then slams it down like he's just, finished a pint or something. And
Orlando Jordan was one of them.
Yeah, and maybe Bill DeMott or something, I don't really know. And then the syrup splurts on McMahon's jacket, and McMahon's like, oh, look at this, look at my jacket. And then, at first, you've got Spanky who's a little bit, like, apologetic, but then McMahon's like, who the hell are you? And then Spanky basically says, how do you not know who I am? You've been paying my wages for the last year. And then Spanky basically tells McMahon, you're a piece of shit. And at this point, it's like, well... and he brings up the XFL as a bad investment. And then
the WBF, the XFL?
Vince says, well, tonight I'm going to make a good investment because I'm going to invest in Brock Lesnar. And he's going to kick your ass. And that's exactly what happens. We get Brock Lesnar versus Spanky. Brock Lesnar batters Spanky, hits him with one of the, fucking hardest chair shots I've seen in a long time. It should be a DQ, but it was never announced, so maybe they're just putting it out as a no contest there, because possibly they don't want to give Spanky a win over Brock Lesnar. But
no, it was great about this. This is what Brock should do to most people. See, when they tried to book him against, like, Finn Balor, and try and treat it as like a serious threat. Finn Balor's about the fucking size of Brian Kendrick. Brock should be doing this. See, this is why if you don't book Brock against guys that are actually realistic for him in a match that goes longer than 5 minutes, this should be the outcome 9 times out of 10. And then Michael Cole said, "This is not about chocolate syrup," as Spanky was gushing blood. It was brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then he got thrown into the ring post as well. So Finn's not doing a good job here. Sable walks in, and she's looking hot. Vince McMahon's like, "Oh, great!" And then Vince McMahon comes out. Sable comes out. He announces her as the special guest ring announcer. And he announces her also as the woman that beat Stephanie McMahon at Vengeance. Then we get Stephanie versus A-Train. Just a squash match, but what the hell do you expect? A-Train defeats Stephanie McMahon. And then Undertaker comes down to try and make the save, but he actually came out while the match was still on. And he starts beating up A-Train, but then Big Show came out, and that kind of, the numbers game took Undertaker out of the equation. And then A-Train beat up Steph, and after the match we had McMahon and Sable kissing over Stephanie McMahon, and McMahon's like, "That's physical abuse." So McMahon and Sable finishing the show, standing over Stephanie McMahon getting battered by A-Train. I know obviously Shane McMahon's the wrestler of the two kids, and he's the one that's took the big bumps, and he's the one that you remember for having an in-ring career, but Stephanie's took... she's maybe not her fair share, but she has, been in there. No, maybe a lot of people don't really remember.
Of course, but again, Steph McMahon, I think she's good in small doses. There's points where she's unbearable, but I feel like in this time period she was fine. But I think the Authority was a bad time, especially for her. But now we can clearly just see her in 2025, just wanting to make it all about her and her big-nosed twatty husband. But as for the SmackDown, I liked it. I love Vince. When Vince is on a show about 10 different times interacting with 10 different people, how can it be fucking bad, ladies and gentlemen? It can't be. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
I'll give it I will give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a good show, really good opening, good ending. I think the Spanky McMahon segment was good as well. The Brock beatdown on Spanky was good. The more McMahon you get on a show, the more likely it is to be good.
He's the fucking man. I'm having no two ways about it, folks. Anyway, 7.5 out of 10. Till next time. Peace.